Many of us are writing or doing something with Mercury. So first is how to know that this work is enabled by our karma. Is it something which is natural for us and therefore will be successful? That is the first point. But secondary is as important because it shows what should be the theme or how we should write. And in this video, we will explore that. What rules in Vedic chart will tell us what we should write about to be visible. So let's roll the intro and start with the first one. And now we have those three examples. We have Bhational Candace, which was writing about the sex and the city. And something which comes to mind would be that Mercury in the Dashamsa. Dashamsa is a special career chart in Vedic astrology. We not only have the main Rasi chart, but we also have the secondary chart, and one of them is Dashamsa, which is showing the career dynamics, or how is our life in the office, or how we behave in the office, what we can expect in the office. All that is in the Dashamsa. And even if you don't have the conventional office, still you have some kind of place of work that is also in the Dashamsa. Now, the biggest disappointment for me was, when exploring this principle, is that she was mainly writing about the scandals, relationships, and all those dates in New York, things like that. So we would expect that Venus should be somehow connected, but we have Venus nowhere there. Also in the Navamsha, Mercury is not connected to the Venus. Therefore, I was thinking about the other principle. This is the challenge the astrologer has, because he has to do two types of translation. First, he has to translate from the symbol to the idea or the energy, and then from there, we have to create the prediction, or we have to go to the conventional knowledge. So we have symbols, and then we have to see the real picture or real prediction which may come from that. So then we have the question, what tools or types of measures of the energies or ideas or the metaphysical world will be best to investigate those special questions we have, like what type of writing would make the person visible. So what other candidates it can be? Based on the chart, and we know what they were writing about, we can connect the topics to the planets and then find those places. And what such candidate is related to our preferences. So there is a difference in interpreting the same houses or planets in Rasi and in the Navamsha. Very good example is the ninth house, because we know that the ninth house is all about the Bhagya or the fortune, and also about Dharma. But Rasi and Navamsha have more accentuation in one of them. So what do you think? Is the Rasi about Dharma, or is the Navamsha about Dharma? Is the Rasi more about Bhagya, or the Bhagya is really in the Navamsha? So when it comes to ninth house, the Rasi shows the Bhagya part, which is the fortune, and the Navamsha ninth house is showing the Dharma part. Similar distinction for the moon, because the moon is showing the preferences on one hand, because it's the container of our mind, and also it shows the psychology of the mind, right? So there are two adjacent topics related to the moon. And one of them, again, is in the Rasi, one of them is in the Navamsha. So what do you think? Again, we have some guess. You have some seconds, because the answer is already given now. The moon in the D1 is psychology, or in the Rasi chart, the moon is psychology. Moon in the Navamsha is quite interesting because it shows our preferences. So we tend to say, if you want to give gift to someone, see where is their moon and buy the thing which is related to that moon sign placement. That would be something which a person likes. So will it have something to do with the theme or topics related to your writing? Because we need to have, at least for Bhational Candace, which was offer of sex and the city, we need to have some Venus, right? And scandals, Rahu. So in the Navamsha, if we take the moon, it's in the Libra, where the Venus is the dispositor and is joining the Rahu. So we have in the Navamsha connection to the Venus, which is what we are looking for. Just to remind you, we are reverse engineering the whole thing to then apply it to our chart, because if we find the best rule to show it, then we can see in our chart, and then we will know what to write about. Now let's see in the Mystic Meg how this rule is working. We know that she was writing about Jyotiṣa, and there is one Jyotish yoga. This is Venus and Ketu. And in the Navamsha, if you will see her moon placement, it is joining Venus and Ketu. Okay, this looks nice. As we know, we have to be a little bit careful when performing those research or statistics, because to be sure about the principle, we need to check it on bigger amount of examples, but this is nice trailer or nice inspiration for you. So let me know how this is working in your chart. Now, in the Maurício de Souza, we know that he started with the things related to the detective work he was writing for this project. So normally we need to have some malefic things like Mars or Saturn, depending what angle of that whole criminal cases he was writing about. And then he was also writing about all types of work. It was also the third type of projects he was writing for. It was about the medicine. So we can see how the moon in the Aquarius sign may show those difficult cases like criminal cases, things like that. But then it is also aspected by this Mercury from the Leo sign, which is very much about the health. And therefore we could say that other topics which would make him visible or successful in writing would be things related to this medicine or things related to that, whatever that Mercury is showing in the chart. So we can see how nicely that moon in the Navamsha is showing what the person is writing about. Because when we are writing, at least the first stage of writing is something which we call brain dump. We try to just vomit symbolically everything we have in mind, and then we create the structure from this. So this container of mind is nicely shown by the Navamsha moon. And also usually what is in your moon, what is in your mind, all those things you want to communicate to people, you want to speak about them. If you don't have the place for something in your mind, it will be hard for you to write about this. And as a bonus point, we want to approach this topic from a little bit different perspective. When we are answering the question, what would be the best topic to write about, we have to understand that it has to have something to do with one's ability. If you don't have that ability, then you will not be able to write. But this is not the theme or topic, this is more about the style. So we would see that two of these three are writing about the people and history. So if you want to develop in this area, what you need is the moon in the Navamsha Trikona. And we will see that in a chart of Bashnal Candace, this moon, which was beautifully in the Venusian sign, which was showing these topics of relationship scandal being with Rahu, is also in the 9th. And the 9th house is a Trikona. That basically means that you can successfully communicate or create things related to family or history. So you can talk about the people, about gossips, about all that things. And also, if we think about someone who is writing about astrology to the newspaper, he also must have that type of ability, that type of writing. And in that mystic Meg chart, who has moon with the Venus Ketu, which is showing the Thofic or the container of the mind related to astrology, she had also that moon in the 9th, in the Trikona, also shows that she is able to create this type of writing. So if you have any doubts about those topics in your chart, you may consider booking a consultation. You can find the link in the description for the Zoom on the 60 or 90 minutes. So that will do for today. If you'd like to revive those principles, how to see the yogas for the writer, then please consider watching this one.